I race for Rally UHC Cycling, and I am from upstate New York. I've been racing for 11 years now, professional for 4 years. My favorite memory of racing throughout the years is probably North Star Grand Prix. 2 years ago, the first time I ever won a pro race, stage race. I had the yellow jersey from stage 2, and my team backed me up completely the whole time, and it was a really special feeling being completely in the hands of my amazing teammates, and it was really special. Scariest thing is probably something that happened in Europe racing. The racing over there is so much different, very aggressive and technical. I was racing there with USA Cycling actually, and a lot of crashes, and some of them are just unavoidable. So I think getting over that and knowing that sometimes this stuff happens, and knowing just to deal with it the best way you can. When I'm a student, so I end up spending a lot of my time studying when I'm not training or anything. But I love to ski in the winter. I like to do other adventurous things, hiking when I get the chance. When I don't have that chance very often though, especially sometimes they're it's in season. But I love spending time with my family. Yeah. I have goats, so when I go home and see my parents, we all hang out by the fire with our goats, and they're kind of like dogs. They're really fun. Something that's really cool about women's cycling that people don't often know is that a lot of us have full-time jobs outside of cycling, which is not the case for men at all. Students, there are a lot of students on our team, and if we're not a student, we've got an architect on the team. We have people that work in the office all day. My coach, Kristen Armstrong, has a full-time job. She's amazing, and she's a mom. So we're busy people. Cycling doesn't cover the whole thing for us. So I think what makes us, sets us apart from the men, but also adds a whole new perspective to what we do and why we do it. The balance though is important, I think, so I wouldn't trade it. I think I would always, even when I'm not a student, I'll always keep something going on besides that, yeah. I didn't know I was capable of being on the podium last year when I was here, so going into it this year, knowing that is a possibility, although different courses, I'm going into it with a new confidence that I didn't have before. Last year, those big podiums were they were a big change in my season. The way I looked at my whole season, it was a turning point. There was more confidence, more excitement to the future, although I've always been looking forward to it. It almost made some of my dreams and goals a bit closer to reality. So I'm really looking forward to what else is coming. In stage 1, I did not win, but I started my sprint very early, and I got quite the gap, and I thought for a bit, I was like, this is it. This is my big break. I'm gonna win this stage. But that was the longest sprint that I've ever done in my life. And the finish line was slowly getting closer and closer, and I was losing my sprint a bit, and I felt Kendall coming off my wheel, and I was like, I just let her out, and I ended up second on that stage. So it was still very important to me because I knew that I had started my sprint so early, and that if I had been a little bit smarter about it, I had the strength. So I think just applying that knowledge and everything that I've taken from past races, if I gear up to it perfectly, then I have the strength. It's just about making it happen.